Yes, friends, there are more stimulus checks and tax rebates that are being sent out this holiday season. Certain states are continuing to pay out as much as $1,000. My dear friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to find out which ones will be issuing payments and when it will be sent. Also, every Friday, I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, dear friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. Also, please make sure that you do stay tuned. I will be announcing the winners of yesterday's giveaway.
We haven't had that conversation within the House Democratic Caucus family, and so I'm not going to get out ahead of that discussion. But there are real concerns that any so-called commission being backed by the extreme MAGA Republicans is part of a backdoor way of trying to gut Social Security and Medicare. Because what we've seen year after year, in fact, decade after decade, is that the House Republican agenda is pretty clear. Slash Social Security, end Medicare as we know it, and blow up the Affordable Care Act. And from time to time, including most recently by the former insurrectionist in chief, say the quiet part out loud. And so there'll be some concerns relative to any proposal being backed by the House Republicans, but there are members in good faith on our side of the aisle who do want to have a discussion about making sure that Social Security and Medicare can continue to be an important part of the fabric of the great American dream, and to ensure that we can continue to be fiscally responsible as we provide for the needs of the American people. It's the other side of the aisle that talks about fiscal responsibility, but continues to actually blow up our debt and our deficit, while Democrats, including under President Bill Clinton, President Barack Obama, and now President Joe Biden, are the party that actually has reduced deficits. And in the case of President Clinton, turned a deficit into a surplus. And every single time the Republicans gain control of the House and or the Senate, what they do is they jam big tax cuts for the wealthy, the well-off, and the well-connected down the throats of the American people, as they did with the GOP tax scam, where 83% of the benefits went to the wealthiest 1% here in America, and they saddled our children and grandchildren with $2 trillion worth of unnecessary debt. That's the Republican record on fiscal responsibility. The same thing was done under President Ronald Reagan, and the same thing was done under President George W. Bush. That's their record. So we'll evaluate any legislative proposal on the merits, but there's deep reason to be concerned because my Republican colleagues don't have a record that indicates any seriousness with respect to fiscal responsibility.
The sending of economic aid continues in certain states across the nation. Several are sending one-time tax refunds to their residents, some of more than $1,000. According to the Minnesota Department of Revenue, thousands of uncashed rebate checks are set to expire. Approximately 150,000 paper checks that were sent in September are expected to hit the 60-day expiration point and will need to be reissued. The department says some reasons for the checks not being cashed include people returning the checks, not having an updated address, and people destroying the check under the belief it was junk mail. Reissued checks are going out in 2 batches, and the next one will go out the first week of December. The state of Minnesota says the reissues are not the last opportunity for eligible Minnesotans to receive the rebate, and it will continue to provide outreach to taxpayers who have not yet claimed the payment. More than 2 million Minnesota residents received direct deposits or paper checks from the state. Eligibility for the rebates was based on income. Those making $75,000 or less per year were sent a one-time payment of $260. New Mexico Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham also approved rebates for the tax-paying New Mexico residents in the form of stimulus payments. New Mexico has sent out refunds since June of this year. Single taxpayers filing a 2021 personal income tax return are eligible for a $500 refund, and joint filers are eligible for a $1,000 refund. Eligible residents have until May 31st, 2024 to file the 2021 tax return to receive their refund. Also, Alabama tax rebate checks are on the way to approximately 1.9 million state residents. After changing the rebate amounts twice, Alabama lawmakers eventually settled on one-time payments of up to $300. However, not everyone will receive a $300 Alabama tax rebate check. That's because payment amounts are based on the state filing status of Alabama residents for the 2021 tax year. Also, friends, Fed Chair Jerome Powell told reporters that with its aggressive interest rate hikes, the Federal Reserve has made significant progress towards bringing down inflation to its 2% goal, but it's prepared to raise rates further if appropriate. He also did not say when the Fed might start cutting rates, though he could provide more details in a conversation that's expected to follow his speech. Jerome Powell said, having come so far so quickly, the Fed's policy-making committee is moving forward carefully as the risks of under and over tightening are becoming more balanced. But he also noted it would be premature to conclude with confidence that we have achieved a sufficiently restrictive stance. We are prepared to tighten policy further if it becomes appropriate to do so. Powell's remarks underscore that the Fed chief is not inclined to shift the central bank's vigilant stance on inflation and interest rates. This is despite the widespread assumption by economists that it's almost certainly done raising rates and could start cutting as early as spring. On Thursday, Fed board member Christopher Waller stoked such speculation by saying the Fed could start lowering rates within several months if inflation continues to come down. His remarks were noteworthy because Waller is considered more inclined to lift rates to fight inflation than cut them to stimulate the economy. The jump in cost of living has been traced to the crisis-related supply chain bottlenecks and a post-crisis surge in consumer demand. The Fed's sharp rate increases have pushed mortgage rates above 7%, damping the housing market, and driven up rates for auto loans, credit cards, and other types of borrowing. That has crimped consumer spending and business investment and economic growth, though the U.S. economy has remained surprisingly resilient. Meanwhile, job growth has slowed but has stayed sturdy. Well, my magnificent and most marvelous friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video for today. My dear friends, thank you so much for being part of this community. To say thank you and to show my appreciation, every Friday I will be announcing several winners for the Walmart gift card giveaway. If you would like to enter these weekly giveaway, friends, please click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. The more videos that you comment on, friends, the greater your chances of winning these giveaways. The winners of yesterday's Walmart gift card giveaway is Cheryl Jones and Vera Smith. Congratulations, my dearest friends. To claim your gift cards, please check your notifications page and send me a message. Or friends, you could message me on my Facebook page. Thank you and have a wonderful and very blessed week.